El perro no usa pantalones verdes. The dog is not wearing green pants. Yes, the other one. Okay, welcome to the superpilotish channel. My name is Graham Wilson, and today in my basement, I'm going to be going over my 5 vacation goals, and they're going to be pretty simple. So that way you can attain them. So that'll make me feel good. So yeah, I was working on my little Spanish there, and if I ever see a dog down there now, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to say to somebody that, hey, that dog's not wearing green pants. Not bad. Thank you, Duolingo. That's a great little computer program to use to learn your Spanish and learn all about dogs not wearing pants. So, anyways, oh, hey, Wrench, welcome to the chat. Yeah, so this is kind of my, this is going to be like a little bit of a wrap up because I'm going to be going vacation for a while, for a few weeks. And this will be the last time you see me in the basement live, but I do plan on doing something there. So I'm going to go over now my 5 vacation goals. And of course, I will bring out the trusty whiteboard for that one. So I am going to El Salvador for a few weeks. And so that means I think the most attainable goal that I could get is grab a good sunburn. Yep, that's one of my plans. I'm gonna have good sunburn down there. Work on the burn, just like any good gringo would do, And I guess I'd probably have to get a good burn so people don't mistake me for the locals, and then I don't get the special treatment. So yeah, so that's one thing. It kind of goes without saying you're gonna get sunburned if you're like a wannabe snowbird like myself, I guess, up in the cold and then moving down south. And then, oh yeah, that was another thing, Wrench, in the comments there. The other day you were asking about, you mentioned something about how about that Super Bowl? And I forgot you're down from Kansas, so it was your team that wins. So congratulations, Wrench, on your Kansas City win there. Okay, my number 2 goal there is. Dun, 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 dun. Will you be able to guess this one? I don't know, but I've heard about these things, and it sounds kind of cool. And I want to get myself a good little braggable selfie to stick on Twitter or something like that. I'm going to see if I can ride the chicken bus. So, what's the chicken bus? Apparently, it's in the United States. They have all the old school buses. After a while, they kind of, I don't know, they're not quite good enough for the roads up in the United States, or people got budgets they got to blow, even if they're still good. So apparently, a lot of these buses make their way down to Central America, and they're sold off, and people fix up the school bus, and they'll paint it up all cool, put in a kick-ass stereo system, and the locals get around on that. And apparently, it's pretty cheap to get to where you want to go. Hopped up school bus. So I think I might have to take a chicken bus ride. And so that would be cool. That's on my list of things to do. And oh yeah, and then they call them chicken buses because it's just like you go on there, do whatever you want. You can bring your chickens with you, take them into the market. And I don't think they do that quite as much anymore, but that's where they got the name chicken bus from. Is just, hey, I got to get around, got my chickens to sell on the bus. So yeah, that could be pretty cool. All right, number 3, and what do we got here? Oh, and this will be real easy to do because I've heard all about this and I've tried it once before. Okay, when I'm down there, I'm going to eat a whole bunch of pupusas. Apparently, pupusa is like it's almost like legendary down in El Salvador. Apparently, it's like this is their food, man. And I had some of them. There's a El Salvadoran restaurant in town here, and my girlfriend and I went down there. We tried some pupusas, and they're good. So it's like, okay, I'm definitely going to eat more of those. And apparently, they're just they're all over the place, and they're really cheap. It's basically like now you would think it would be Central American, South American, whatever. It'd be some kind of taco, burrito, kind of, I don't know. And what are those other things? Empanadas, stuff like that. But no, pupusa is basically, it just kind of looks like a pancake type thing. But they get it can be either corn or rice flour, I guess. And they get it, and you stick a little bit of cheese and a little bit of chicharron in there, a little bit of kind of pork or whatever that they do in there, and they make a little ball, and then they kind of flatten it out. They do some kind of weird special secret technique, and my girlfriend, she's really interested in seeing what she can figure out what the secret technique is to make the pupusas, and they kind of fry them just like pancake sort of thing. And I had them here in Windsor; they were really good. So I kind of want to compare, who's got the best pupusa. And I bet you there's probably competing pupusa ladies that are making them out on the street and like, she makes the best pupusa. I want to find out. Or no, hers is no good. Hers is better. I want to kind of find out. And I will do the taste test for you. How's that? Okay, eating pupusas, got to do that if you're going to El Salvador. Salvador. I don't know. I still don't know the proper way of pronouncing the V in Spanish, because some people, I'll hear it as a V, like a V. Some people pronounce the V as like a B. So I'll say you got like a cow. It could be a vaca is a cow, or it could be vaca as a cow. And then I've also heard, I remember from, I actually took a linguistics class in university years ago, and I don't know if like it's called a bilabial fricative, which means you kind of you kind of vibrate your lips like a I don't know. I guess if you're doing like a high speed motorboat with a high RPM, something like that. So I don't know whether it's a B, which would be a bilabial voice stop. I don't know how I remember this stuff from linguistics, or it's a voiced bilabial fricative. Or is it a, what do they call that? If you go, that would be a dental fricative, voiced dental fricative. So there we go. I don't know which one it is. So, and, it's funny when you do learn new languages, there's a lot of times you'll hear something and you'll say, oh, that's definitely this. And later someone says like, no, it's actually this. And you're like, what? I didn't know that. Like, it's kind of weird. You don't know when you're making different sounds that, and they're in different languages. It's kind of a weird thing. So that's why I took that linguistics course years ago. So, and then, okay, what else we got here? Okay, then there's another thing I want to check out. Tourist trap. All right. Here we go. I'm going to go to the ultimate tourist trap. The be nice, as they call it, which if you say it really fast, sounds like be nice. You got be nice, which is the Biblioteca Nacional de El Salvador. So that's the National Library. And they just built this great big new super awesome looking library. It's just like it's in the kind of the historical center of San Salvador, and like it looks like really high tech and stuff. And it's like like I don't know. I really want to see like I used to work in a library years ago, just like kind of putting books back on the shelf and facing them up so they look nice and everything like that. That was a great job working in the library. It was a lot quieter than working in a machine shop or flying a noisy airplane. But yeah, so I don't know. I've always had kind of a soft spot in since I worked at a library kind of part-time in college to make a little beer money or whatever. But it was like, I want to check out this library because there's something about librarians that are they're kind of magical people. It's like, I want to see if I'd be able to spot like kind of like the head librarian there, because this is like a super awesome library. It's got I was just checking out videos and stuff, and they're like the way they kind of have like age appropriate learning, okay, like the kids books are here, and then there's like a cool little lounge for the kids to read in, and then the older kids go upstairs, and then like all the way by the time you get to the top, That's where the adults hang out and stuff like that, to get the more, I don't know, adult kind of books, I guess. And but they don't have just books there. They got all this other stuff. I kind of want to check it out. I've seen it a bit online, and I want to see it in person because it looks really cool. And I'm just thinking like that. I'm kind of being library centric a little bit. Is that I'm really interested in how this country is putting such an emphasis on education and public education, or like access to education, where maybe some people didn't have it before. And their commitment to this library, I find, is like really interesting and fascinating, because like here in Windsor, like we don't I don't think anyone cares about our library here. It's like we had this pretty cool library, and then the downtown mission or the food bank needed a place to go. So they said, oh, let's close down our library and put all the homeless people in there and feed them and stuff like that. And then they ran out of money, and then they sold it to some Chinese developer from Toronto. And there's just like a great big fence around our, it was a pretty good library. And then it was closed for a few years, and they said, we got some room over here. We'll throw it over in this building. Oh, well, whatever. That's quite a different approach to libraries than what I hear they're doing in El Salvador. So I kind of want to check that out. So here we go. And last one, number 5 of superpilotish 5 goals, which are very attainable. So I will feel good about checking each one off my list. Okay, another one is we're going to do some kind of video for my channel. There we go. Some kind of video. I'm going to see if I can do, depending on where I am, and I have no idea what the Wi-Fi is going to be like where I'm staying. I have no idea how, if I get like some kind of SIM card with data, can I hook my phone up? I'll be bringing my camera, my little setup here. And like, I don't even know if it'll work or will it be really crappy, or is it like just fine? Like, I don't know how their infrastructure is down there for the telecommunications. I hear it's pretty good, but I don't know. It's that's why I'll see if I can get some kind of video. And I guess worst comes to worst. So on my superpilotish channel, this is the live part of my superpilotish channel, but I also have another little section, which is where I've uploaded videos for, just different stuff I've done. And so there's going to be some new content popping onto the channel in some way, some fashion, some kind of video. There we go. So that's and then I also, I won't be bringing my whiteboard down there because I don't think I have room in my luggage for that, but I might go back to the old school cardboard and just bring a marker. And I'm sure they got cardboard down in Central America. And then maybe I'll use a cardboard or something. And then, but I do have my list on paper here. And there we go. 5. What the heck? I might as well just go over them again just because, I don't know, it's kind of my shtick. It's what I do. Okay, my goals, not necessarily in order of preference. I will definitely get a sunburn down there so they don't mistake me for the locals. And then going to take a ride on a chicken bus because it's just cool. And then what else we got? Eat some pupusas. I'll find out which one is the best. And then visit the BNAES, Biblioteca Nacional de El Salvador, and a great big new library. And I'll whip up some kind of video. And you will hear all about it on the superpilotish channel at some point. I don't know. Okay, well, Wrench, looks like it's just you and me in the chat here, bud. So we're going to check out and see if there's any, see if we have any, I don't know, got any questions or anything like that. Ooh, this is pretty cool. So Wrench got to see the 4 A-10s circling the company for half an hour before their flyover. I guess that was for the, that's what was at the Super Bowl, I guess, or something. Anyways, A-10s are very cool airplanes. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, and then here we go. I think the V pronounced it's based on it's Spain or South America. Yeah, I getting into this like because I wanted to when I was trying to figure out what. We'll leave that up there. Uh, yeah, so when I was trying to figure out, okay, what type of Spanish do I want to learn? Like, because I mean, say if you're in Europe and you want to learn English, well, there's kind of two ways that you could learn English. You could either learn Oxford English or what they call Standard American English, which is, Oxford English is what you hear on the BBC, or they call it BBC English, British Broadcasting Corporation over in England. Or Standard American English is kind of like basically what they say, all the, what they have on TV, movies, news, unless it's, geographically here, And that Standard American English is pretty roughly kind of California. And that's what I speak pretty much Standard American English myself with the odd little Canadianism thrown in, I guess. But yeah, so I wanted to find out, okay, what do they speak like in El Salvador? And I couldn't really, I think it's probably closer to Mexican Spanish. But then I heard there's other weird things like in Spain, they'll say different things. And I hear Argentina, apparently their Spanish is really weird too. But then you can also get into, there's, depending on what Indians are hanging around there, or what would you call them? Aboriginal, natives, Indians, mestizos up in the mountains or whatever. Uh, yeah, so, and then they have their own kind of native languages and dialects and stuff like that too. So I don't know, just do the best you can, I guess. So I'm not sure. Okay. Here we go. The perfect learn Spanish phrase. ¿Dónde está el biblioteca? Where is the library? Actually, ¿Dónde está el baño is the biggest one. Where's the bathroom? Okay. Yeah, I kind of actually I learned that one before. Like I never took any Spanish anywhere. Although I went to Cuba twice, and before I went, a buddy of mine said, "Make sure you know donde está el baño." It means where's the bathroom. And I actually had to use it down there, the bathroom and the phrase, so it did come in handy. So, yeah. Now this is something here too. Maybe you'll do a video of the soldiers seizing your phone for making videos. I don't think it's like that anymore, or like I've kind of heard different things. Like I hear from everybody, it's pretty cool. And then like even at the El Salvadoran restaurant here in town, I kind of told the guy that's working there, the I don't know, waiter, bartender, whoever. It's like, yeah, we're thinking about going on vacation to El Salvador, and he's like, oh, you'll love it there. And well, he's from there, so he's biased, right? But he said, yeah, they got great beaches. And I said, well, so how's the crime? Because his family's still back there. And he's like, oh, it's good now. Okay, so everybody, that's kind of the whole thing I hear about down there. It's like, yeah, it's good now. But I don't think I'm going to be rushing around tattooing a great big 13 on my forehead or anything like that. That would be bad from what I heard. So, nope, not going to be doing that. And why would you want to look like weird like that anyways? Yeah, so apparently they've cracked down on the gangs there pretty hard, and you don't even want to look like them. So that's why I got to get my sunburn so I don't look like a local, and I'll be nice and safe, right? No, I think everything's cool down there now. But we'll find out. If it's not cool, I'll be doing a report from my hotel room with the locked door, going like, yeah, my plane isn't leaving for another 2 weeks. Looks like I'm ordering pizza in my hotel room. So, anyways, yeah, and that's about it. So, yeah, I just wanted to do a little wrap up here. Gonna be going on my vacation. I definitely will not be back here, well, in my basement for a while, but I won't be doing a live stream Monday for sure. I'll still be traveling or not set up quite right. I would say possibly Wednesday might be able to do that. Yeah, next week, Wednesday, I should be settled in enough and figuring stuff out. And then I think the next Friday I'm traveling again. So it'll be, I'll try to get in maybe one of these a week or something like that. And if I can't do that, I'll upload some stuff. But hey, I gotta take a vacation from all this hard work of yakking in my basement to a little camera. It's not that much work actually. I just got to make sure it's a different time zone too. So I'll still be doing it at noon Eastern, but I think it'll be 11 or 10 or something in the morning over there. Anyhow, yeah, that is about it. Okay. Looks like we'll just kind of shut her down. I'll try to get back on Wednesday next week. We'll see. Can't guarantee anything. And there we go. So thank you for what do we got here? Oh, yeah, there's another thing here. I'm not going to shut her down just yet. Could do a show in advance and automatically release. Yeah, I know that fits with your lunch plans, Rich. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. That seems like, I mean, I could, but that's an idea. Yeah, actually, you know what? I probably would do that if there's no possible way that I can kind of do this live. That is an option. I will definitely consider it. So there we go. Okay, that's about it. Check you next week from a different location, and we'll shut her down. Adios, amigos.